We're moving on with my spring project, a quilt for baby Ellis. I'm really enjoying this project because all 7 patterns of these granny squares are different. Some of them I've never worked before and I'm really enjoying it. Each of these patterns are free in the description below with all my tutorials, so I hope you get to try them out and have fun doing so. So here are the 2 granny squares we've already crocheted. The daisy square, which has a combination of colors, and the tulip granny square, which has a solid color. Today I'm going to be crocheting in my tutorial the striped granny square. My name is Lindy and thank you for joining my channel. Welcome or welcome back. If you've watched my past videos on the different squares for my baby Ellis quilt, thank you for doing so. I am keeping some form of order by having each granny square of a similar size, which is going to make it a lot easier when I put it together. I'm using these 3 lovely cotton acrylic blended yarns, feather grey, pool green and seaside blue, and I'm enjoying the combination. Some of my patterns are a solid color, some are combining 2 colors and some are all 3. So I'm trying to bring as much variety into this quilt as possible. What I like about this cotton and acrylic blend is it's durable with washing and tumble drying and also very soft on baby skin. I rather like stripes. I've got it in my circular cushion and also in a previously completed draft stopper. Stripes are really nice for using up your yarn stash. As you can see here, there's no pattern, it's just bringing in different colors all the time. And in this one I am actually using a pattern. I've used all 3 of the yarns and I've done them a different way, with each having the border of the 3 different colors. In this tutorial I've used double crochet for the stripes and for the edging. By using 3 colors it makes it really easy to bring up previous colors and not cut the thread and have to weave them back. I'll show you that in this tutorial. This is very much a beginner's project and it teaches you how to change color, turn corners, and you get a really nice finished effect. Let's begin my striped granny square tutorial. Here are the 3 granny square patterns that I've designed. I'm going to use 3 of each of these, so we need 9 squares of stripes. As you can see, I've included all 3 of the colors in each square, and then I've given them different borders. So we're using the pool green, the feather grey and the blue. We will need a 3.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors and a darning needle. Here are the 3 colors, and here's the little basket I use when I work with all 3 of my colors. So I have the centers of each ball of yarn and I find this really easy and convenient to work with. In today's tutorial we're going to be making this square and we're going to start with the blue at the bottom. I just do a slip knot and we're going to chain 19 stitches. Stitches. The pattern I work in is a double crochet. You could use a half double crochet, you could use a single crochet, but I just wanted this to make the square to match with the other granny squares in the baby quilt. Yarn over, we're going to skip the first 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go into the 4th stitch. And skipping the first 3 stitches is going to give us the first of our double crochet. So there we have 2 stitches. Make sure you keep this nice and flat so you don't twist the bottom. We now continue along this chain stitch doing double crochets. And right up to that very first chain stitch. our first row of double crochet, we should have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. The second color, I've chosen to bring in this pool green. We're going to turn the work and we're going to introduce this color. Each time we introduce a new color, we will have this end bit, which I'm going to weave in. Let me show you how I do that. We tighten up the blue. We then hook in this green. So you pull on the blue thread that is still attached to the ball of yarn. You pull on the new color to make sure they're close together. And we're now going to chain 3 of the new color at the beginning of the row. I'm now going to weave this thread in just to give me a little less to weave in at the end. We now yarn over, we're going to go into the next stitch, which is here. And we're going to pick up this extra thread. Now if you find this too difficult to do, you can weave it in afterwards. I like to do it now because it just all works together, and sometimes even at the end I'll weave a little bit of that back as well. So we continue along here. There's 17 stitches in this row. We want to make sure we keep our 17 stitches in each row so that we create a nice square. I like to do about half the row, weaving back the thread. And then what you can also do is just hold this thread where it started at the end, give it a little pull, and we can just weave this thread back in here at the bottom, just to secure it, so that if by any chance anybody pulls on that thread, it doesn't come undone. So we continue down this row. 1 double crochet into each stitch. I'm picking up the back and front of each stitch. That's how my pattern is forming. You can decide if that's what you want to do. (14, 16). So we need 1 more at the very end, 1 more into the last stitch. Turn the work around. We're now going to bring in the feather grey. We bring in the next colour as we did with the green. So we bring in the new colour, tighten up the previous row, which was that pool green, and now we tighten up the feather grey so that the stitches are as close as we can get them. Now we chain 3. And we work this row as we did with the previous row. When we get to 16, which is the second last stitch of this row, we do something slightly different. And this is why I mentioned having 3 colors works really well. So here is the blue that is going to be introduced next. We have it still attached to the ball of yarn because we want to work it up without having to sew back the threads. So what we do for the very last stitch, the 17 stitches, we go yarn over, we go into this last stitch, we hook the new color up, and we finish off our last double crochet. We then hook in this new color, which in this case is the blue, ready to start the next row. Turn it around. Now the only thing you need to remember here is when you're bringing up the new color, you want it to be straight up against the side. You don't want to pull it too tightly, and you don't want it to be loose. And the neater we are on the edges, the easier it is to do our edging. So here is the color we've just finished. Here is the new color we're bringing in, which is the blue. So we tighten up the blue and we tighten up the feather gray, and we're now ready to start the next row, which is blue. We do 3 chain stitches, and you can see again it's worked its way out. You need to tighten that gray a little bit more, and now we continue our row. We complete the 16th stitch, and we're now ready to do the last 17th stitch, but we want to bring in this pool green. So again, yarn over into the last stitch, pick up this color, yarn over, and we're going to complete that double crochet, bring in this new color, turn it around, tighten up the blue, tighten up the new color, 3 chain stitches, give that another little tug, and complete the row. So now we've done 5 rows. We're on our 5th row. If we look at the completed square, we can see that we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. So I'm now going to complete the last few rows, and I'm then going to show you how I do the edging. This is going to be the right side of our square. We're going to be doing the edging using this feather grey. We've trimmed off the colours we're not going to be reusing. We're going to be using the feather grey, so we've kept that attached to the ball of yarn. I'm going to be working in that direction. I'm going to be weaving in these loose threads. If you would prefer to sew them back, that's fine. When I work and create the border, this edge and this edge are fairly neat. You do 1 stitch per stitch of the square. When you get to these edges, which are not as neat, you have to decide how you're going to pick them up and create stitches. So I tend to create 2 stitches per double crochet. The way we're going to start is right where we are. 3 chain stitches, picking up 2 threads, leaving behind a thread so that you don't have a hole here. So I would go into here, pick up 2 threads, leave behind a thread, if you can see that, and create a stitch. Over here again, go in here where you can, pick up 2 threads so you don't pull it, and leave behind a stitch. When we go into the corner, which is our next stitch, we're going to make 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and 3 double crochets in the corner. So here we have our 3 double crochets, 3 chain, and 3 double crochets. This next row is easy to work because we just have to pick up one stitch in each stitch. So each double crochet goes into the stitch of the previous row. So this is fairly straightforward. So I'm going to continue this edging by making the corners with 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets. I'll go all the way along here. I'll make a corner on each corner, exactly the same. I will then pick up stitches, approximately 2 at each double crochet, all the way along here, and pick up some more stitches. And I'm going to be weaving in these threads. So let me continue, and I'll meet you when I get to the end. We're at the end of the edging. We've done our last stitch. We go into the top of this 3rd chain stitch, and we just simply do a slip stitch. Trim this thread, pull back the yarn, and we're going to weave that back. Put this on the corkboard with all the other squares, and remember we're doing 3 of each color, 9 of each pattern. We're going to spray it with a little bit of water and stretch it out for a couple of hours. My name is Lindy, and thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed this tutorial on how I crochet a striped granny square for the baby Ellis quilt, please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when my next is available. Take care and bye.